Hi. Today I wanted to talk about a few things that have changed my life forever. And a lot of these things I didn't learn about until I was, up until like 2 or 3 years ago. I mean, there's so much that I learned even up until this time right now from the beginning of the year, but one of the two things that have really changed my life and the way that I live my life, in the way that I'm able to manifest easier. But why? And one of the main reasons why is because instead of trying to hurry up and live this dream life, right? And instead of trying to hurry up and get to where I'm trying to get, instead I realized that life is a journey. I realized that everything that happens in my life is happening for me and not to me. And so I started to really be okay with the way that life is turning out. I started to be okay with the journey, and I started to be okay with the process of what's happening in my life. And so instead of trying to force anything to happen, I kind of just allow it to happen. And it's hard, man. Sometimes it's hard, especially when you want something so bad and you've been wanting something for so bad. Like, it's hard to, stop yourself from trying to hustle your way to it, especially when it comes to like money and when it comes to stuff like that. And so one of the biggest things that I have done for myself to help myself become a better, manifester, so to speak, is I just kind of let go. I just kind of allow, and it's so hard sometimes, and I also enjoy the process, right? So I enjoy the process of becoming a better person. So as cringy and as corny as that sounds, I feel like that is a big part of life. Manifesting like material things and manifesting like, things in general like love and health and stuff like that is fun. It's fun. But life is also about the journey, because if we don't try to better ourselves, if we don't try to become better people ourselves, right? Then we're just manifesting material things in order to make ourselves feel better. And so what I try to do is I try to be a better person. I try to really take self-development seriously. I try to, be okay with the process of being a better person. Does that make sense? I try to be happy with who I am in this very moment, even if who I am in this very moment is not who I want to be. It's not the personality that I want. It doesn't have the material things that I want. I try to be grateful for that, which segues into the next part of what I've been really doing. And that is just really just being grateful for my life now. You see, a lot of us are very unhappy with their lives. I've been there and done that. And we start to become ungrateful for our life. Yet we try to, manifest different things, and we try to manifest material wealth and, love, and we try to, we want something like different, and we want to manifest something different. But when we look at our lives and we look at the things going on in our lives, we start to be ungrateful. And so we're sending off like two different energies, right? We're wanting something else because our life right now feels so unsatisfying. I feel sad sometimes, right? And so we're wanting, yet we're angry with the life that we have now. And what does that do is it sends off two different vibrations to this universe, to this reality that we live in. And the vibrations that it's sending off are contradictory. And so your life is just pretty much going to remain the same. I mean, not much is going to change. And so one of the hacks, I guess you can call it, of manifesting is very simple, actually. One of the hacks is just to be grateful for what you have now. Be grateful, for Dougies. And be grateful that you're alive. Be grateful that, you may not have what you want yet. You may not be where you want to be yet. But there's a lot of people that are not where they want to be yet. And yeah, it's very easy to go on to Instagram or go on to like YouTube or wherever and start comparing your life with other people and feel like you're behind and feel like you need to do some catching up. But you don't have to do anything, man. Like, this is your life, and you gotta be okay with where you're at, and then you'll get to where you're going. Here's the thing: if you're never grateful, like, for where you're at, if you never sit around and just be like, man, I'm so happy that I have the life that I have right now. Even if you got your life, like, even if you manifested your dream life, that all that crap ton of money, a buttload of money, and you had your boyfriend or your girlfriend that you wanted, and even if you got all of that, right? Even if you got all that, you won't even be grateful, because you'll be happy for 1 second, and then you'll move on to wanting something else. And so you're always in this process of creation and never actually taking stock of what you have and being happy for what you have. And dude, I was there for so long. And so, for instance, with material wealth is, I would say, like, mid 2015, 2016, like, I really didn't have much, man. Like, I had a regular job. I was making like $10 an hour. I was not happy at all. But I knew this stuff, right? And I knew that what I had to do, but I wasn't doing anything about it. I was just very ungrateful for the life I had. And that was one of the many reasons why I actually started YouTube, because I wanted to, if some of you have been around for a while, I started YouTube by, sharing, like, Joe Dispenza, Dr. Joe Dispenza, people like that, because I wanted a platform that I can come back and I can keep watching and learning and trying to, change myself. And so, fast forward a few years, and, I'm making 6 figures a year, from making whatever, and I wasn't grateful. I wasn't grateful, and, like, I was just sitting there like, man, I don't make enough. I don't make enough money, because I don't make $1 million a year. I just make 6 figures a year. And so, like, I was feeling ungrateful, and I had to sit down and be like, what's wrong with me? Like, this needs to stay in focus, or I need to stop moving. I'll just keep it here. Yeah, like, what's wrong with me? Like, why am I not grateful? You know what happened? So I stopped being grateful for my life. Not for my life, sorry, for the money that I was making. And it dipped down. Then I was really ungrateful. And so I realized that if you're not grateful for what you have in your life, if you're not grateful for, the love in your life, the money in your life, the health in your life, if you're not grateful for any of that stuff, you're going to lose it, because you're not going to feel abundant in money or love or whatever. And when you don't feel abundant, what kind of energy are you giving off? You're giving off the energy of lack. And when you start giving off the energy of lack, of course, you're going to attract more lack, and you're going to lose what you have. So be grateful for what you have now. Start the good habit of being grateful for what you have now, because you will get your money, man. And as soon as I got grateful again, my money went right back up. It's just weird how it works, but you'll get your money, you'll get your love or your health or whatever you want. But if you're not grateful, you're not gonna keep it. And that's why you'll see a lot of like lottery winners or a lot of people who like manifest things, like big things, right? But they'll lose it because they don't know the power of gratitude. I mean, they can say all they want about being grateful, but their actions can be something else. Always follow people's actions. Don't listen to what people say. Look how they're acting. Look how they're being, and that's what you'll find out what's going on. So I rambled a lot. It's late. It's like 12 a.m. and I just felt like getting this off my chest. So there's two things that I really did in order to change my life for the better, and that is being aware that self-development, that manifestation, everything is a journey, it's a process. It takes time, and to enjoy the journey and not so much the destinations, because destinations, they come and go, man, but the journey's here to stay. And you gotta enjoy the journey. You gotta relax. You gotta just relax. You'll get where you're going, and then you'll go somewhere else and somewhere else and somewhere else and somewhere else. And the second thing is to always be grateful for what you do have right now. Like, being grateful for even like your dog, right? If you're like single, like just being like, man, I love my dog. It's like so much. I love her, I love him, whatever. You do that enough and you feel love enough, you're gonna attract love into your life. If you say, I'm grateful for the amount of money that I have, even if you have like $100 in your bank or $2 in your bank account, and you feel wealthy because of that, you're gonna attract $1,000, $100,000 because you feel wealthy. And same thing with health. Like, even if you don't have like good health right now, you start to say, I'm so happy and grateful that I woke up this morning. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm alive, I'm healthy. You'll start to attract better health even if you don't have it currently. So it's all about playing these mind games with yourself and changing the way that you think. And once you do that, you'll begin to rewire your neural pathways, and all these things will just come effortlessly and easily. Just like, any habit that you have, like brushing your teeth or, riding a bike or driving a car, like it'll come easy. And so yeah, just be okay with the journey, and just remember that life is a journey, and we're all on this journey together. If you're watching this video, unless you're watching this like 1,000 years in the future, then I lived a good life, I think. But yeah, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for listening to me ramble. If you made it this far, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see next. I got tired of sitting in front of the computer all day making audio, so here I am. So it's not the best, but say goodbye to Abby. Bye, Abby. Good night. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Peace.